I'm just on my way round to pick up the cherry picker. I believe I've got a varied and busy day today, which should be interesting, I'm hoping, which is why I thought I would bring you guys along. First thing I've got to do is reset the truck because it is an absolute state. Just going to spend 10 minutes sorting that out before I hit the road. Then I need to go to Leicester. I think I'm going to Leicester to clear a load of gutters on some probably flats. I'm not 100% sure, I've never been there. Then I've got to go to Derby to help out some roofers. At some point during the day, I'm expecting a phone call from a kitchen fitter who's having trouble getting a kitchen worktop into a building. So he's on about removing a window, and I said I'd help him out by lifting the worktop through the window. Bit unusual. And then if I've got chance, I've got a couple of other jobs that I'm really being pestered about, so we'll go and do those, but we'll have to see how the day pans out. First things first, let's reset this van, get it to a state where I can work from it, and then we'll crack on, get these gutters cleared. So stick around if you're interested. Hopefully this is going to be an interesting day in the life of a cherry picker man. Right, I'm here at the first job, and according to my sheet, I've got to clear the gutters out on the building you see behind me. So I'll get the machine off, see what we can do. Should be a nice easy one. I've been told to clear out the gutter above one of the flats in particular, but I'm not sure which one that is, so I just thought I'd do the whole block because it's not massive. Good value for money considering I've come out this way. But so far I haven't found much. But in this gutter, it's quite full of leaves. The downpipes seem to be blocked, so it's likely overflowing. So it's highly likely this is the reason we've been called out here today. So I'll clear this out and then I've done everything. So back on the machine and then we'll head to Derby. I have finished the gutters here, the machine is loaded up, and I've just typed the postcode for the next place into SatNav, and it's telling me it's going to take me 30 minutes to get there. So from Loughborough to Derby, 30 minutes, I'll see you on site. I'm here, I've pulled up, and once again, parking is non-existent, so it's a double yellow park for me. We usually get away with that, don't we? Shall we see if we're going to get away with it this time? Fingers crossed. Let's go and see what we've got to do. Another straightforward job here. Let me turn you round. Up there somewhere on the roof, there is a leak which we think is just tiles. And then right down the street, there is a downpipe that has disconnected at the top. So that's just a case of putting that back in, putting a new bracket on it, and then we're done. So I'm going to get the machine off and we'll do that. This is nice and easy. It's not even my job. I'm here to provide access for a roofer, so I am just purely the cherry picker man on this job. But he's happy for me to film what we're doing, so you know, always have to ask, don't you? Not everyone's happy. This is a relatively easy fix. We've got a leak into this flat, and as you can see, a broken tile, don't know how it's broken, that slid down the roof. Thankfully, it hasn't fallen off the roof. We have got replacement tiles, an easy job just to replace that. Right, so look here, look, just where the gap in the tile is, we've got a nice, perfect little hole in the membrane. I don't know why that's there. But if that wasn't there, the chances are they would never know there was a leak or a problem. But yeah, a hole right in the wrong place. So this is the perfect problem with these types of tiles. So we've brought Marley Moderns with us because on the surface of these look like Marley Moderns. You hire a cherry picker to get up here, you bring Marley Moderns because you're prepared, but it turns out they're Russell, how do you say this? Grampian?
Russell Grampian.
A Russell Grampian, which the Russell Grampian does fit, but if you had to change more than two, eventually they'd be the wrong size because they're ever so slightly smaller. And that's the problem we're working with constantly. I'm all finished there and now I'm on the move. We've done a little bit of good there. Let me recap what exactly we did do. We replaced a tile that was broken, and below the tile the membrane had a big hole in it, so that was causing a leak. Replaced two of those tiles, that will solve the leak. We replaced a clip on a downpipe that had fallen out of the outlet. That was causing the gutters to leak and it was getting inside the tenant's flat. And we've also replaced another clip on some downpipe around the back of the building to stop it from flapping around in high winds. So like I say, plenty of good done on that job. I am now heading back to Nottinghamshire to fix a tile. This is something that I've got to get done because I'm getting a lot of hassle by one of my customers to get it done. I've been putting it off a little bit because parking is bad and the tile itself isn't really causing a problem. It's got a little broken bit in it, and it's one of those horrible plastic slate tiles which are really, really horrible to fix. So, but now is the time. I've got a bit of time to get it done before the next job I have to do. So I'm en route now to get that job done. I'll check back with you when I get to my next location. Welcome to Derby. Happy wedding as and Shelts. Together forever. Very nice. Change of plan. I've got to change directions because the next job I've got to do is lifting a kitchen worktop through a window for a joiner because he can't get it through the door. Now this has been a bit of a dodgy job because he didn't know when the worktop was going to be dropped off, but it's going to be dropped off in about half an hour. So he's on site and he needs me. He can't even leave the worktop on site because he can't get it in his van to move somewhere else, and he can't get it into the building because it's too big. It's coming in about half an hour. The job itself is in Nottingham. I'm currently driving through Nottingham, so I'm going to divert and go to that job. It just makes sense. It should be an interesting one anyway, something a bit out of the ordinary, I thought. So let's go there and see what the situation is. So this is the job. I've got the cherry picker here. We've got to get a 4-metre worktop through that window there. Rule number 2 of cherry picker school: never use your machine as a crane. Cherry picker school doesn't know what it's talking about. Anyway, but that's the plan. So here's what I'm thinking we're going to do. We'll get some cardboard on the basket. We'll put the worktop on so that the middle is in the middle of the basket. I'll go up with it and then pass it through to Kev, who'll be up there. When it finally arrives, hopefully it'll be a 10-minute job. Oh, here we go. Worktop's arrived. Got to get this machine ready to go. That was a success, and still enough time for me to go to this other job to fix this tile that I really don't want to do but need to get done. So we'd better get that done, hadn't we? Okay, come on, we can do it. Let's go. Right, this is the annoying little tile I've got to contend with. Just need me bendy steps for this one. But these tiles are called a Cambrian, and they look like slates, but they're like a composite plasticky material. And they're nailed in above the slate line, so they're really difficult to get out, and they're very brittle. And got to wear your gloves, or else they might cut you when trying to change them. Sometimes an aggressive approach to changing these is the best option. I've been really fortunate here, and I've managed to remove the old tile without damaging anything around it. Now obviously I'm not going to be able to nail it back in place, but I'm going to slide it back up and I'm going to glue it into position, and that won't go anywhere. There we are. That went well. Luckily I got away with that, I think. So I think that's it. Well, I am really grateful that that job is now done and I don't have that hanging over my head anymore. So I have managed to be quite productive today, just thinking about it. So this morning we cleared out a load of gutters in Loughborough. Then I went over to Derby. We did a lot of good in Derby, didn't we? Then I helped the joiners move the kitchen work surfaces up through the first story window. So they're very grateful for that, I'm sure. And now I've fixed that tile that has been hanging over me for ages. And now it's time for me to go home because I've had enough. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you found it useful. If you have any feedback, comment. As always, I love your comments and I try and reply to them all. Obviously, like and subscribe to the channel for more content. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.